Welcome to this presentation where we will give you information about the wage guarantee scheme and how to apply for wage guarantee when your employer has been taken under bankruptcy proceedings. What happens when your employer is taken under bankruptcy proceedings? The court receives a petition for bankruptcy either from a previous employee, the state, or as a result if the board of directors in a company decides to petition for bankruptcy. When the court receives a petition, the company is taken under bankruptcy proceedings. This is called the bankruptcy opening date. This implies in most cases that all running business stops. The court appoints a bankruptcy trustee or administrator of the estate. The trustee is responsible for securing what is in the creditor's best interest. In other words, anybody who has an outstanding claim towards the company. The employees will in most cases receive a notice of dismissal and letter which states that the bankruptcy estate does not enter into your employment contract from the trustee. In most cases, the letter of dismissal is sent out shortly after the bankruptcy opening. However, in some cases, the trustee might keep a few employees working for a short period of time. What is important to know is that neither salary nor holiday pay is paid out like it normally would be. Each employee must apply for their salary and holiday pay through the wage guarantee scheme. Application form. You have to fill in an application form in order to receive your outstanding wages. Amesto has a team which only works with wage guarantee cases. We assist the appointed bankruptcy trustee. All inquiries regarding your wage guarantee claim must be sent to us. You will receive an application form either from the trustee or Amesto. You can also find it if you log on to nav.no. You must fill in all paragraphs of the application form and sign by hand on the last page. We encourage you to complete most of the application on a computer, so everything is legible and easy for us to understand. But the signature on page 2 has to be done by hand. Lønnsgaranti does not accept an electronic signature of any kind. In addition to your application, you must provide documentation for your claim. Such documentation could be employment contract, payslips, signed timesheets, report of your income from skatteetaten.no or income report. Other documentation could be documentation for sick leave, list for scheduled work or rooster, documentation for parental leave, being laid off, etc., etc. There are strict documentation requirements. The trustee and us in Amesto does not necessarily receive much information about the company's business and how it was run before it was taken on the bankruptcy proceedings. We do not always receive information regarding payroll and accounting, and when a company has been taken on the bankruptcy proceedings, such matters are normally not up to date. Therefore, it can be challenging for us to receive correct information about the company. If we do not receive any documentation from the employer, the employees themselves have to provide sufficient documentation for their own claim. On the top of the form, you will fill in the company's name. We handle a lot of applications, and it is therefore important to write the name of the company you worked for. In the first paragraph of the application form, you need to fill in your name, address, and contact information. It is important that your name, telephone number, Norwegian personal ID number, or foreign D number, and bank account is filled in correctly. You also have to write your email address. If you have a bank account abroad, you have to write down the IBAN and SWIFT or BIC. Please use the space in paragraph number 11 if you need more space. With foreign bank accounts, we need you to get your private postal address in your home country in order to make payments. In point 1.6, regarding mandatory deductions apart from tax, This paragraph is only filled in if you have a debt towards the state or the namsmannen, which is the police. When we pay out one wage guarantee to persons with mandatory deductions, we have to deduct this out of your approved wage guarantee sum when we make payment to you. Point 15 and 17 regarding tax municipality and tax table or tax percentage. It is not necessary to fill in anything here. We will get your tax card from Altinn electronically. Employment information. In this paragraph, you must fill in the information regarding your employment. Your title, when you were hired, when you received your dismissal notice, either from the trustee or previously from your employer. Point 24. Period of notice. Here you fill in the dismissal notice period according to your employment contract. However, according to the Working Environment Act, you could also be entitled to a longer notice period based on age and seniority. It is important to know that NAV Lønnsgaranti will only cover 1 month, regardless of what is in your contract. If your notice period is longer, it will be registered as a claim in the bankruptcy estate, but you will only receive dividend payment should there be enough assets in the estate for distribution. Point 25. Do you have a tariff agreement concerning a period of notice? This information will normally be in your employment contract, should you have it. Point 26. Type wages. Behind NOK or NOK, you write the amount you receive and tick the box saying if you receive this pay per hour, per week, per month, if it is piecework or you receive commission or bonus. Point 27. Agreed wage date. This date will normally be in your employment contract. You either receive wages the same month you work for it or the month after. Point 28. Wages received until date. Here you write the date which was a part of your last paid salary. In other words, if you receive paid the month after it accrued, the payment on, for example, May 15th is for wages earned in April. So the last date you received wages would then be 30th of April and the year you received it. If you never have received any wages, you also inform us about that here. Point 29. Have your wage or working terms been changed in the period before bankruptcy proceedings began? Here you have to inform us if you, for example, increased or reduced your position or pay. Use point 11 to inform us about the changes. Point 31. Have you taken or will you take any holidays in the period for which you wish to have wages covered? What's important here is the period of your claim. If you have planned on taking holiday in the period of your claim, you must tick yes and inform which date your holiday is in behind B. Point 32. Do you have a higher percentage rate that was what is stipulated in the Holidays Act, paragraph 10? In the Holidays Act, paragraph 10, they use a 10.2% rate. Persons over 60 years get an additional percentage of 2.3%. If you have 12%, this is higher than what is stipulated in the Holidays Act. Information about holiday percentage rates will normally be in your employment contract. We could also get this information if the company's accountant sends over holiday pay lists. If nothing is mentioned, we use the percentage according to the Holidays Act. Point 33. Number of holidays taken this year. If you took out any holidays in the year of the bankruptcy opening, you fill in the amount here. Ownership stakes. Point 41. Have you had ownership stakes in the company during the application period? If you own shares in the company which has been taken on the bankruptcy proceedings, you write your percentage of ownership here. Point 42. Have any of your close family had ownership stakes in the company during the application period? If your spouse or partner have shares in the company or anyone in your close family, you must inform us about that and with which percentage they own. In B, you must inform us about which connection or relation you have with this person. Point 5.1. Have you or any of your close family held a senior position in the company during the application period? Here you must answer yes or no on whether you or someone in your close family held a leading position. Again, the important thing here is if they held this position during the application period or not. Same as above, you write down your connection with this person, unless you have this position yourself. Point 5.2. Have you been a member of the board of directors during the application period? You tick the box for either yes or no. If you were the employee's elected representative, you also must answer B. Point 5.3. Have you or anyone in your close family had ownership, stayed a senior position, or been a board member of the company? Same as above, if you are married, partner with, or in close relation to anyone who has ownership stakes, a leading position in the company, you must inform us about that. In B, you tell us with which relation you are with this person. If you need more space to further write about this, you use the extra space in point 11. Transfer of claims. Is your claim fully or partially transferred or in any manner handled over to another party, for example, a bank? In some cases, the employer asks the bank for a loan to be able to pay out salary to its employees. If this is the case, your claim has been transferred to the one who provided the loan. Your claim shall, in this case, be paid back to the bank when the claim has been approved by NAV. In B, please give us the information on who the transfer was from and when it took place. 7.1. Have you reported to NAV as a person seeking employment? If you tick yes, you write in the date and also provide a confirmation from NAV about this which you send to us. If you tick no, you must explain why in point 11. 7.2. I have employment or expect to begin work from date. This could be the reason you have not registered as a job seeker, because you already have gotten a new employment. If this is the case, you write the date for when your work starts up and which firm you will be working for in the box to the right. Point 7.3. I am or have been off sick during part of the application period. If you have been off sick, you need to tick the yes box and write the dates of your entire sick leave to the right. You must send us a copy of your sick leave from NAV. This will give us documentation for the period and percentage of your sick leave. If you have not been off sick, tick the no box. You have to tick yes in box 7.4. You declare that you will inform the trustee whether your job situation changes and if you have received income or benefits, as you would mention in point 10. We need the information whether you suddenly are on sick leave or get a new job. Please note that if your new job gives you less hourly wages or you work shorter days, you could be entitled to a claim the difference because NAV wage guarantee covers loss of income. Wage claims, holiday pay, priority claims. It is smart to see the guidelines for more detailed information. The guidelines are the last 2 pages in this application form. At the top, you see the following: type of claim, period, and gross sum. Point 8.1. Here you must write the salary you have not received from your employer. You must tell us which period the salary refers to, and the amount must be before tax deduction. You are not supposed to write your annual salary, only what you are missing in payment. Point 8.2. Here you write other remuneration, which is said in the guidelines. It could be, for instance, OTP, which is mandatory pensions saving, piecework settlement, commission, overtime remuneration, public holiday remuneration, deducted but not transferred trade unions fees, also traveling and waiting time remuneration in the construction industry. Point 83. Here you must write the total claim for accrued but not paid holiday pay. Again, you must inform us about the period of this holiday pay, when it is accrued from date to date. You must remember to include holiday pay of wages you are applying for in the notice period after bankruptcy opening if you claim that too. Point 84. Other claims, for example, recovery expenses, which you have gotten as a result of attempting to recover your salary or holiday pay from your employer before bankruptcy opening. In this paragraph, you can also claim interest for outstanding wages and holiday pay up until the cutoff day. Please specify under point 11. Mass claims. These are expenses incurred in connection with the bankruptcy petition. This paragraph is only in those cases where you have had the expenses in connection with sending in a bankruptcy petition. You have to document the expenses with invoices from your lawyers, fees in connection with the pronouncement, etc. Other income during the application period. If you send a new application a short time after the bankruptcy opening, you will perhaps not have information about income or other benefits, which comes instead of income from the company that has gone bankrupt. Type of income, period, and gross sum is also here on the top. If you have information about the other income during the application period of your claim, you must fill it in. It could be income from a new employer, income from your sole proprietorship, unemployment pay, sick leave pay, or other payments from NAV. You do not need to inform us of income from a secondary employer you already have had before the bankruptcy opening. Point 10.5. This could be work assessment benefits, retirement pension, or disability benefits, supplementary benefits, or other ongoing cash benefits that you have received instead of income from the bankrupt party during the application period. This is paragraph 11, where you can give us additional information if needed. For example, banking information, if you have a foreign account and not enough room in point 1 to write in both IBAN and SWIFT, and other information which you consider important for us to consider when we go through your application. At the end, you write the date and place and sign the application form by hand before sending it to us. Here you find our email address and postal address. Remember that you are sending over sensitive information, so please send documentation by email only if you are comfortable with that. You are giving out personal ID number, name, address, account number, email address, and information regarding your salary in an open email. Unemployment benefits and bankruptcy. On the bankruptcy opening day, your dismissal period starts to run. If you have been laid off, the layoff period stops and your dismissal period starts. NAV wage guarantee can cover wages and holiday pay of this 1 month starting from the bankruptcy day. When you apply for wage guarantee for this period, you can also register as a job seeker and apply for unemployment benefits. Advance payment of wage guarantee funds. If you are entitled to receive unemployment benefits, you can receive advance payment of wage guarantee the first month after the bankruptcy opening. You have to apply for wage guarantee for the same month in your application. Once NAV wage guarantee has processed your application, we will deduct the sum from your payment which has been granted, since you have received this as an advanced payment. If you still are without a job after the first month, you can be entitled to receive ordinary unemployment benefits. To make it clear, there are 3 different unemployment benefits. If you are laid off, the benefits you receive is for the layoff period. When the employer goes bankrupt, your unemployment benefits are an advance payment of wage guarantee. And after the first month, your benefits are ordinary unemployment benefits. It all comes down to which period the payment refers to. Procedure and processing time. After you send us your application, we will control your claim and the documentation we have received. Sometimes we need additional information or documentation. If you receive an email from us about that, we appreciate if you can reply soon after you receive our email. If your claim is consistent with the documentation, we will send your claim over to No Wage Guarantee without any delay. Should our calculation differ from what you send over, we will make a calculation with the amount which will be approved to be covered by No Wage Guarantee. We will ask you to confirm our calculation before sending it over. If you disagree with our calculation, we send your total claim over to No Wage Guarantee. No Wage Guarantee has a long processing time. When we receive their decision, we will commence with preparation of payroll. If No Wage Guarantee has not approved your claim or just approved a part of it, they will make a specific letter to each applicant with their decision. We will send this letter out to each one of you either by email or post. You have 3 weeks to appeal their decision. Information on how to appeal NAV's decision will be sent out when you receive their decision. The appeal must be sent directly to No Wage Guarantee. What can you get? No Wage Guarantee has some limitations on what is covered by the wage Guarantee Scheme. You can read more about that on NAV's webpage. In short, you can only get wages and other employee pay for a maximum of 6 months. They do not cover claims dating back more than 12 months before the date of filing. They only cover holiday pay of wages accrued the same year of the bankruptcy opening and the year before. This date is absolute. Interest up to the date of filing for outstanding pay claims and collection cost. Reasonable cost linked to filing a petition for bankruptcy. In addition to this, NAV can cover pension benefits for a maximum of 6 months, compensation for lost employee pay for a maximum of 6 months. There is a limit to a maximum of 2G, which is 2 times the basic amount. Holiday pay of tips is not covered, since tips is recognized as a gift from the customer and not based on agreed salary. This tips is only reported because of tax purposes. The burden of proof lies on the employee if the employer has not fulfilled its obligations. If you still have questions about how to fill in the application or which documents we need, please do not hesitate to contact us. You can send us an email with your questions or call us between 10 and 2. If you are unable to reach us, you can send an email and give us your telephone number and we will call you back. Our telephone number is 922 03 214. Thank you.